What's up, party people? Dekaron Korea just recently released their Grandmeister 2 skills on Dekaron, and I thought it would be an interesting thing for us to take a look at today. So I'm going to pull up the skills here. They have their animations and stuff on their website. We're going to take a look at them, and we'll see what we think. Anyway, let's get this party started. Okay, so without further ado, let's start going through these. If you're like me, you've not been playing Dekaron at all. There really isn't anything going on that's been, giving me a reason to log in, at least on the global server. But if you're also like me, you like to know what's going on in the Dekaron world. So I always kind of keep an eye on the updates that are in Korea, as well as our own updates here on the global server, just to kind of see what they get. And they got kind of a fun update, so I thought it'd be fun to look at. So we're going to go through here. We're going to look at all of the GM2 skills. So this is Grandmeister 2 skills, which are unlocked at level 210. Okay. So starting off with the Azurnite, we've got the two-hand skill here. Tumor. I'm not even going to pronounce these names because the translations might be weird. But basically, it's just a quick attack with multi-hits. Looks pretty nice. For the dual wielding, this is kind of an interesting attack. You, summon this little whirling blade thing around you for 4 seconds. What I think is kind of interesting about it, though, is you should be able to, move around while you're using it. That's going to be really nice for, PvE, and also, it seems like it's a pretty quick cast time, so you can combo it with your other skills, so overall, pretty schwanky skill there. Up next, we're going to look at the Consorus Summoner. So we got the Consorus Summoner here. This is the staff one, so it looks like it just attacks around the target, bunch of hits. It also prevents the target from moving and reduces their vitality, so they hit less. I wonder how long these debuffs actually last. You'll see as a common theme among these. I have no idea how long they're going to last, so we'll just have to see when they do eventually get released in global. For the blade, it's kind of just a quick hit and hit. It doesn't look like there's a ton of hits, so hopefully it's pretty high damage, but given that it's level 210 skill, it probably will be. Doesn't look like it has any debuffs or anything, but looks like it's a pretty fast attack. Should combo nicely with the other skills. Okay, next up we've got the Sagitta Hunter. So here's the bow. So that looks really dangerous. It's a ton of hits, really quick. I'm sure the damage will be high. And in addition to that, it reduces the blocking rate and the physical damage reduction rate. That's also pretty nice. I don't know if the translation is right there. Physical damage reduction seems a little strange to me. It might mean DDR or something, but once again, I don't know with this translation. Okay, with the crossbow, we just, it looks like this little kind of bow pops up, hits, and it looks like it's just one hit, right? Just one? Yeah, one hit. And it's powerful damage around the targeted area. So I'm guessing that this thing is going to hit like a truck. I know the Meister skill from the book, or from the hunter, for the bow, it loads onto the target and explodes and hits really hard, and I'm guessing this one's gonna hit even harder. So if you combo those, I'm expecting a lot of death, so that's pretty cool. Okay, next up we got the Seg Ripper. So this is the Scythe. It's kind of weird, it doesn't really look like a Scythe skill. This one looks more... Oh no, sorry, this is not Scythe. This is the Magicka base skill, and this looks exactly like what the Magicka base skill looks like. You summon this big demon-looking thing, and you throw a Reaper. It also lowers the defense around the target, and then inflicts damage. Once again, lowering the defense is kind of strange to me. If you're using this, you're probably using Magicka, so that doesn't really line up. But whatever, looks pretty cool. Okay, now for the they're all Scythe skills. I'm silly. And now for the physical attack. For the Destiny skill tree, summon a Death Reaper to attack around the area and lowers the all stats of the target. So this is going to reduce their resistances, which as a Seg Ripper, if you reduce their curse resistance, that could actually be pretty nice. Doesn't look like you get a lot of hits, but the debuff is nice and it casts really fast, so should be pretty decent. Okay, next up we got Inkar Magician. So for the Force Master tree... it just looks like, you summon a Forgotten Dragon. And it looks like we can't even see the full animation here because it's so large. And it's interesting because it does look like it does some type of a debuff, but it doesn't say it does in here. So, maybe we'll get something like that in the future. But that looks pretty nice. Lots of hits. Kind of a cool animation. Should be good. Elemental Lord. So this attacks the target after increasing resistance to status ailments. So this is going to increase your abnormal res. It freezes the target and prevents them from moving. Oh gosh, as if the mage needed another stun skill. This is going to be just, added on to their, roster of stun skills. So that's going to be really nasty. I can already tell. Black Wizard. As you guys know, this is the one I care about. Even though I'm not even level 200 and I'll probably never get to level 210, but we can dream, right? Okay, Destroyer. So this is the tree that I use personally, and it just looks like it's just a quick burst attack. Looks pretty nice. Looks like there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like maybe like 7 hits there, so that's not bad. What's also kind of cool about it though is it reduces the damage reduction rate, which is nice. It's just going to add even more damage. So in PvP, that's going to be pretty strong. I like it. For the other tree, we summon a giant magic circle and inflicts damage. This one does not look fantastic. It looks like maybe like, what was that, like 4 hits? Although this tree tends to have some higher hitting skills, so the overall damage is probably going to be pretty high, and it looks pretty cool. So not bad. I think the Destroyer one looks better, though. Okay, Vicious Summoner. Whoa. So this is the staff. It prevents movement and reduces their vitality, and that's a lot of hits. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Lots of hits. Very quick cast animation. Look at that, really fast. So that's going to be very strong. And then for the Twin Sword, looks kind of similar to the concept from the Azure Knight, where you get these blades that twirl around you. I don't know how long it lasts. Looks like it lasts a similar amount of time, but you probably can use other skills and move around while it's active. So that also looks very strong. So pretty cool. Okay, Half Baggy. So the Half Baggy gets a buff, actually. This is the only class I've seen that gets a buff instead of like an attack skill. And it temporarily hardens your skin to become invincible. So that sounds really strong. So you become invincible, and my question is, can you attack while you're invincible? Because that would make this a very, very strong skill. Because if you look at like the Black Wizard, if you use your main bubble that makes you invincible, you can't use any skills or anything, right? And they recently changed the triangle. Well, not recently, it was a while ago. It feels recently, but they changed the triangle on the Incar Magician so that she can attack while it's active. But it doesn't. It's not like a 100% reduction anymore like it used to be. So this could potentially be really strong. And the Half Baggy already hits really hard, so that could be really dangerous. For the Extreme Rage, which is for the Volition, looks kind of like the one skill where you stun. This one doesn't look like it stuns, though. It just reduces block chance. Looks okay. I mean, I don't see too many people using this tree anyway. From a PvE aspect, looks like a big AoE, so it looks okay. This is going to be really interesting, though. Okay, Signal. We've got, for the Healing Hand skill, attack the target within the range. Looks like a really big AoE, which is cool. Decreases movement speed, increases mana consumption, so there's a nice debuff and curse with this skill. And then it increases your own mana recovery, so that's actually really nice. Looks like a nice addition to the Healing Hand skill. Crimson Empress, whatever, creates a flow of curse around you to continuously inflict damage. Just looks like an overall attack, which makes sense. This one's more about dealing damage, so looks pretty mediocre, but I'm sure it hits hard. Okay, up next we got Dragonite. For a while, it becomes a runaway state that it cannot handle, and its attack power becomes very strong. So this looks like it's an attack buff. I don't know how long it lasts, but I'm sure it'll be pretty good. And then for the other tree, it is literally just a Hammer Strike. So that looks very underwhelming. Hopefully it hits hard and has a quick cooldown. But it looks very underwhelming. Okay. Baggy. So for Iron Will, which is the tree that is mostly used, now Baggy's getting another stun. So Baggy's getting another stun and a bunch of hits, so that looks pretty nice. Human Disaster, which you don't see too many people using, just looks like it's actually a charge attack, so that's kind of cool. Close some distance on your opponent and then, quick attacks, so that's actually pretty cool. I don't see too many Human Disaster Baggies, though, and I don't think this is going to make them switch. Okay, then we got the Shooter, and then one more class afterwards. Okay, so for the Pierce, right? They're called the Pierce for the pistols. The target becomes immobilized, and then does a bunch of damage. So it's a stun. So there you go. Stun and damage. That's pretty nice. Looks strong. For the large cannon weapon, you summon lasers from another world and activate it towards the target. That just sounds epic. So that's pretty cool. And they literally look like just like lasers out of like Star Wars or something. So it's kind of fun. Okay, last one, Alokin. Fires a powerful magical spear at the target within 12 meters, dealing damage around the target. That's for the Judgment, which we all know Judgment's more damage-based, less buffy, and that looks like it fits perfectly. Doesn't look super strong, but looks okay. Sanctuary quickly inflicts damage with a strong weapon. Okay. Wow, that looks really strong, actually. It's pretty quick, and, like, look how many hits there are. It's like, do-do-do-do-do, like, really, really fast. And sound effects and being weird, but whatever. That looks fantastic. That looks very strong and will be very nice for Sanctuary. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I will put a link to this down in the description of my video. You'll have to do the little translate thing if you want this to not be in Korean or whatever it is. But if you guys are interested in looking at it yourself, I understand that. Maybe you don't want to listen to me talking. But the skills look pretty cool. And that's really all I wanted to touch in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Questions, suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments, guys. And until next time, take care.